1 second, guys. Just finishing up sharing here, and I'll be right with you guys. Cool. There we go. And there we go. So what's up, everybody? The Bulls are back in town, huh? The Bulls are back in town. I'm going to end the screen share right now for trade ideas for those of you guys watching. So I get credit for the meme that goes out today. The Bulls are back in town. Remember that song, The Boys Are Back in Town? We'll see how long it stays for, but got to be careful here still. Got to watch what's going on. We're not out of the neck of the woods yet, but as you can see here, well, there's a obviously price is in a big descending triangle. Price was then coming up. It hit angular resistance over here, hit it over here. It broke out of both areas. Now it's hitting the peak of, you can see a double bottom, right? I was telling you guys, look out for the double bottom. You can see it's touching right off that peak, that 27.18. Went up to over here. You can see there was a peak of this candle around 27.25 right below it. You can see there's kind of an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then kind of extend the neckline up on the intraday. So those are all bullish signs, but also beware of, who knows, maybe the market will pull back tomorrow and retest. Maybe, you know, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green days in a row. You know, watch for a price to potentially pull back a little, right? I'm not saying it's going to, but again, many times when price hits resistance, it'll pull back to a previous resistance, retest support before going up. Who knows? Got to watch and see. But as you can see, it went up right over here at 27.25. It's right in between over here. And obviously there was a, you know, resistance now goes back to previous days, right? So you want to see price get above this kind of this double bottom, continue upwards, and then you'll have, if you can break above this area, then you'll have these other previous areas to contend with. So we'll see what's going on. There's some bullish signs of life, which is nice, and 9 and 20 crossover happened, which is nice, and it might be starting to break out. So we have to watch and see, but at least it's pretty encouraging now. If it can continue, this is good signs of life, so we'll see what happens. So let's build the watch list for tomorrow, or for tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Yep. We'll build it for tomorrow, see what's going on. There won't be any swing trade list tomorrow. We don't do them for Fridays. So we will just be doing a daily one. So hopefully you guys have been liking these screen shares. We've been doing them quite a bit over the past week or so. You can see the replays are over here on our YouTube. Again, make sure you click the notification bell as well as subscribe. So subscribe on our YouTube. Also click the notification bell because that'll let you guys know when we do live and do screen shares and watch lists. That way you don't have to wonder if we're doing one or not, right? So let's get into the watch list for tomorrow, see what's potentially going to go on there. Take a look at CYTX. So we're looking for stocks that have either held their highs on a day for a potential continuation up or a breakout, or held their lows on the day for a potential breakdown. So yeah, right here, CYTX kind of holding its highs on the day. Kind of have a hanging man candle over here. 9 and 20 potentially crossing over, or they're pinching right now. You can see resistance, that's 35 cents for that 200 SMA. So price has got to get over that. Might be trying to reverse out of a downtrend. Got to see. And you can kind of see almost an ascending triangle here with the peak right above, right around that 32 cents. So this may try to go and push up, or it could easily fail. I'm going to put it on peripherally for right now, just because I like to try to get some really inexpensive ones for you guys. I'd be careful. There's not a lot of room to run, but there's no saying that this can't break out and get above 35 cents. But it's only 3 or 4 cents away from it, so you got to be careful. IPAS. Let's see here. Let me just remove the drawings. Do I like that one? I don't know. Not really. So this one right here, ARLZ, has a bullish harami on the daily, right? For those of you guys who have been taking our course, you can see that little candle within that red one. So that's potentially for a reversal. So that is definitely one to keep an eye on. You want to see it get above that 48 cents to potentially continue, right? So if this price gets above here and closes above that second candle tomorrow, then you have a 3 inside up pattern, potentially reversal after a downtrend. Got to see, you get some support here, 38 cents. Want to see it get above 50. If it gets above 50, might have a chance to run, right? Got to look for those patterns. ARLZ. I'm going to go and I'll put the notes in towards the end of the video though for you guys. EYEG. Man, we're definitely getting more of these stocks under $1. Things might be starting to run again. You have quite a few that are popping up on the scan, so that's potentially an encouraging sign. 65 cents. Let me look at the hourly. Let's see here. I don't like that one. Right below $1 right now. 3 green days. Let me see the hourly. I don't know. It could be going up. It might be bull flagging to go and break $1. Is overextended. Midas Gold. This one I'm going to put on just to keep an eye on. You can see there's some support right there on 90 cents. Obviously, it needs to break $1. It is kind of a ways up, let's see. It is broaching overbought, but it might get a pump up day. The only reason why I think the chart looks garbage, the only reason why I would keep an eye on this, it might be setting up for a potential break of $1. Look, it had one pump up before it dumped before. So it's one to keep an eye on as a potential pump and dump. Gotta watch and see. All right. No. This one's now closing above the 50 EMA, which I like. Very choppy candles. Let me see. I want to make sure it's on a 5-cent spread stock. No. Take a look at the hourly. Might be trying to break out a little bit or pump up a little bit out of a descending triangle. Kind of can see over here. Kind of right here. See that? It's hitting some resistance or right near it. It might retest and pump, or it could fail. But you can kind of see an overall descending triangle. See that? So it may be trying to get out of it a little bit. Maybe it'll pump up a little bit, or it might fail. So it looks like some of these garbage ones are starting to pop up a little bit more again. Potentially a good sign. Maybe things will start to run again. I like to see that price is closing above the 50 SMA, so that's a potentially good sign. So we will take a look. This one's caught right in between the 20 and the 50. Oh, guys, sorry. I'm going to put the live chat on for you guys on this video here. So if you guys have any questions as I'm talking, I will do my best to look down at them at times. We turn the chat off in the morning for when we go in for our chat room, but we'll open it up for you guys for those that are watching if you have any questions. No. Nope. All right, so this one's holding its highs. You can see kind of a inverse head and shoulders. Let me clear the drawings over here. You can see right up here at 293 is a neckline, or it extends up. You can see some support right down over here. Now this one's had a few green days, so it's very overextended. So you have to be careful with that. But you can see a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, necklines extending up, pull back right around that 293. Came back down here today, but it might be trying to push up. Got to watch here. Yeah, the market's looking definitely more bullish at this point. Joey. So it's got to break out of that double bottom, that 27.25 area. It's got to get above it. But watch for the retest of the angular resistance around 2700. It might pull back a little bit. Got to watch. If that's what you mean by hold of the flag, like if it breaks out, pulls back, and then goes. EPE might be one to keep an eye on. I'll take a look afterwards. Kind of has a big cup and handle right here. So this one, you can see some resistance right around that $3. You can kind of see a big overall cup, but then you can see a cup handle formation right over here. Kind of can see right here, pulling back a little bit over. Right. What the heck? Why is it doing that? So you can kind of see that handle formation right here. Big cup handle might be trying to break out. Let's take a look at the hourly. Are you talking about these glasses, Whistle? The Tony Stark? If so, I got to give Dan credit. These were his computer glasses. He left them over my house one day, and I figured it'd be good. I'll keep them. So AKAS we'll keep. We might take a look at. AXAS. That's what it is. So again, what I'll do is I'll put the alerts on towards the end. We'll just build a watch list for now, then see what we're going to keep on or take off. Oh, the beard? I shortened it. My beard was getting longer, and I figured I'd shorten it. It was good in theory, but I don't think I can rock a big beard. I don't know. This one's got like kind of a bullish harami, but it's overextended. NVDA beat. Money, money, money. Let me take a look at NVDA. I'll pull up a swing trade one for you guys here, a bigger one. Just take a look at it. So look at that. Look at that pattern. Double bottom. You can see here, double bottom breakout. There was, started breaking out over here, extended out over here, broke out. Just watch for a potential pullback on it, right? So, wow, see that. Look at that. Right after hours. Right here, went up and then boom, boom. But don't be surprised. You know, that happens all the time. It's been running. It's getting overextended. It might, as a stock breaks out of resistance, many times it wants to retest, right? So it's not uncommon, but the only problem is be aware of down here. Actually, look at that. You can see it fell right down, right below, then it popped right back up. So again, when a stock breaks out of resistance, watch for it to retest support. If you were to go long on this, wait for it to hold this kind of this area here, that 254 area. Be aware of that 263. Kind of can be trapped inside of it. It is far away from the 9 EMA on the daily, so just be aware. It is a bit overextended, but that's got to watch these patterns. Double bottom, broke out over here, then really broke out over here. Be aware of traders taking their profits up here. Maybe it'll pull back before it continues. Got to watch and see. All right, so good old Groupon, huh? GRPN. Oh, that was the one I was looking at. So this is kind of a funky looking one. So you have almost like an inverse head and shoulders. You can see kind of a head here, left shoulder, right shoulder. Then you have this neckline, a diagonal neckline. You can kind of see over here, right here. So sometimes inverse head and shoulders look a little bit different. It went and it filled the gap the other day right over here in this area, pulled back. You have kind of a bullish harami pattern, but it is looking a little funky for me. So I don't know if I'm going to put that one on right now. Pull back right over that. Let's see here. Right around that 540. So it broke out of this neckline, couldn't extend up here. Again, many times these patterns will go and the necklines extend, right? And it can go up here next, right? And then up here. And then up here. So it's got a long ways to potentially go. Doesn't mean it can't go up more, but I'm not really liking it right now. BLNK, this piece of garbage. So now this stupid stock right here, 640 to 838, the gap. This thing's been crazy all week. Price is still within this gap, right? Now, keep an eye on it because now this might be bull flagging right here, right? This might be setting up. If you look right over here. Let me go to an hourly a little bit more. Right here. Right? Got to draw your trend lines, guys, right? So you got this bull flag. So you have a bull flag on an hourly. It's got almost like a hammer on the hourly, on the daily, right above the 200 SMA. This thing might be setting up for a bull flag breakout. Watch this one. Might want to pull up and go and fill that gap, right? Got to watch and see. It could easily fail as well, but keep an eye on it. BLNK. All right, let me take a look at ENPH. Double bottom. You can see ENPH. Oh, this is one that we were talking about the other day. This broke out of the symmetrical triangle. You can see some support right now here at that 518, 520 marker. So you have a double bottom pattern within the symmetrical triangle. So price broke out. Now it pulled back right below that 558 marker. It is showing some weakness right now. So am I going to put that one on? You got that wick to contend with. I don't know if I'm going to put that one on right now. Go. So you kind of have this bullish harami, kind of a 3 inside up pattern, but a little bit funky, right? It's pulling back here. Might be turning into a bear flag. Let me take a look at the hourly. Oh, it's right caught up in these EMAs. It could try to push up. I don't like seeing it trading sideways because that could easily fail. I'm not going to put that one on. All right, CC. So you can kind of see almost a bigger inverse head and shoulders. A little bit where you can kind of see the left shoulders a little bit higher than the right shoulder. So, you know, kind of eyeball it, right? Be aware of the pattern. You can kind of see a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, but the left shoulder is higher than the right shoulder. Typically, you want the right shoulder higher than the left shoulder, but you can still see, just kind of then look at what it's trying to show you here. Support and resistance areas. You can see there's a gap up here on the daily, but it's got resistance to contend with as well at that 615 marker. although it is kind of breaking out. So you got to look at these and you're just like, do I like it or do I not like it? It's a bit overextended. It could easily pull back before going up. All that to say, I don't know if I want to put that on. So I like how this one's holding its highs, but I can tell you already just by the shape of these candles and the funkiness of it that it's a 5-cent spread stock. And as you can see, 5-cent spreads, I don't trade them. Just don't like them. AG. Did break out. Let me take a look at the hourly. And don't love the pattern right now. Good old Office Depot. Another piece of garbage. Poor thing. Look at this thing. 33 bucks. All the way down to $4. Now up to $7. A lot of these stores are just closing, huh? I saw an article earlier about people trying to save Barnes & Noble. What is Barnes & Noble? Let me see what Barnes & Noble is. Barnes & Noble, BKS. Is that what it is? BKS. Let's take a look at the chart on that. Ugh, ouch. Ugh. Look at this thing, huh? Go back to the weekly. Stock was on the weekly chart. Look at it. This one major descending triangle. Could be kind of a fallen wedge. And a descending triangle kind of. Poor thing. Look at it. Just getting crushed. Huh? Looks awful. So these bigger stores, right? They're taking a beating. You can look at what is Best Buy? Best Buy. BBY. Best Buy. BBY. Best Buy. There we go. This one's been going up, so maybe their moment might be lasting. Hey, there's actually a good. Here you go, guys. So this one, Best Buy, I had charted out. It was a descending triangle, broke out of it. Now you have kind of a. You could also see it was kind of a double bottom there as well. Extend the drawings up. You can see right here. 76.96. 78.59. Let's take a look at the hourly. Trying to see if this is one to look at. I might be hitting some resistance. My head might be spinning right now. So you can kind of see it's almost somewhat, maybe it might form a shoulder. You can almost see like a left shoulder, also a head, but then this left shoulder is a little bit lower. Might form a right shoulder. So you can see if price continues up and it can break out and continue. I don't know. Just got distracted. Thank you. Awesome, Siren. Glad to hear that. What was the stock of the day, guys? Didn't trade today. GE looks better. LOL. Oh, I erased all the ones that I was looking at. I erased both of my screens. What was it earlier? It was the... It wasn't here. What the heck was the one I was looking at earlier today that went up, guys? It was all over traded ES. Dang, it wasn't here. Or was it here? Yeah, it was here. So here was kind of the stock of the day. You can see we were looking at it earlier. And then it dumped, right? So you can see, let me do this. High a day was 1388. So you can see here gapped up, right? High a day, go back to where it went to previous peak, right? No coincidence that it pulled back. Obviously, it's a bit overextended, right? So let me just zoom in over here. Show you guys. I'll pull up a 5-minute chart here. So on here, you can see, let me zoom out a little bit. Pre-market high was right around 1192, right? You can see right over here. So you can see at the open, let me go over here, over here. All right. So here what happened, you can see first 5-minute candle of the day got a little funky, right? So it went up and it popped right above pre-market high, smacked right back down, right? And then what did it do? It formed kind of this U kind of base, right? Now, you want to see it if you're bullish on it, get up and break and hold above pre-market highs. So there's a couple things you could have done here. You could have, if I zoom in over here, saw a 9 and a 20 start to cross over here. Kind of green, you could see the green candle here, pull back to the 9, and you could have gotten in at the break right over here of this 1 minute candle in anticipation of a break of pre-market high. So you could risk there depending on what your risk tolerance is. Or if you wanted to be safer, you could have waited for the break and the hold of pre-market high. So you can see it broke above here, got this funky candle, and then you had these candles right here. Right here, kind of this bull flag right here. Right? So now you have this break above, bull flag back. Then you could have gotten in right over here if you wanted to be safest, as it broke above pre-market high, came back, retested it, it held. Obviously, these are bigger candles now, right? 1205 up to 1252. These are 50-cent candles, so you got to have some pretty good risk tolerance. So, you know, it would have been a little bit less hairy over here, but you know, you could have watched and seen, you know, in anticipation of break of a pre-market high. If it rejected and failed, you could have still probably gotten out with some profit. Once you get up here, you can see the clear pattern starts to form, breaks out, pulls back. Then you could have gotten in at a break over here, and you could ride. So what is that? 1250. At that point, you could have rode it until you saw your first candle close below the 9 on the 1 minute. The first one was right here. Would have shook you out a little bit. That would have probably scared you out, but that's still a 50-cent move. Now, you could have still taken it up here. So you could have waited over here, gotten the candle close over here, made 50 cents. But we say don't necessarily get too greedy, right? Because these candles up here, that could have given you another 50 cents more. So $13 compared to $13.50. So you could have made another 50 cents more. You could have seen, again, that it's overextended. So this is where risk management comes in, and you got to decide, do I want to, you know, get greedy, or do I want to take my profits, look for entry? You can see price is far away from the 9. It's going to eventually want to pull back. So, but if you did the momentum play, you could have got a broken in break of this 1 minute candle, rode it. Dan's strategy of the first 1 minute candle close or candle below the 9 on a 1 minute. This is close. You could have said, okay, that might be a fake out. Maybe you'd wait to up here, right? Got another 25 cents more. It did continue going up. So that's if you're playing the 1 minute. You could also look at the 5 minute and watch for a break of the high of whenever it broke above the 5. Let me do this. I can't talk here. You could get in the break of a 5 minute candle above the pre-market, right? So this was the candle right here. You could have gotten in at the break over here and then watched for a close below that area. So, you know, again, it's all a matter of what your risk tolerance is. So this is the high of the 5 minute candle of the day. It broke above here. You can see it broke above a little bit, and then this one went up, came right back down. So you could have that could have scared you out a little bit, but still no close below it before it took off, right? But start seeing up here, you can see, you know, these spinning top candles get a little bit hairy. Again, it all depends what type of trader you are. Some people like to trade the 5 minute to slow things down, and then other people like to take the 1 minute for scalping. So if you want to scalp, get in, get out really quickly, you'd use the 1 minute. If you want to slow things down a little bit, you'd use the 5 minute. So, sorry, just went on a tangent, showed you guys that was the stock of the day for Whistle. Hopefully that helped you guys. Let's go back to the watch list. KNDI. Oh, I already looked at that one, right? Where did I finish? Oh, Depot, that piece of garbage. LGCY. No. CRK. So let's take a look at this one here. Some resistance right around 858. Also right here at the 822. Broaching overbought. You're welcome, Bogdan. This one's a little bit funky. Let's see. You can kind of see an inverse head and shoulders, a left shoulder, kind of a head, a right shoulder, neckline extending up. Got these resistance areas here, needs to break out of. Could continue up. I'm not sure if I really like it at this point right now. See, that's the thing, guys. We teach patterns, right? Patterns are super important to be aware of. And you'll see on these small cap stocks, it's tougher to find some of these patterns. Some of them will be good. Some of them you can see the pattern, but then it gets messy, right? It gets like, you get a lot of this, right? Whereas if you pull up like a stock like Apple, you'll start to see more patterns, right? You can start to see, let's see right here. This was like a cup pattern, right? Cup right over here breaks out. You can see right here, a bull flag going up, right? You can draw your trend lines, right? You can kind of see, I don't want to remove these drawings because all these drawings, guys, you'll see we're putting together an ebook and a wallpaper background and all that stuff for you guys. So we're going to be sending something out for you guys that's going to be pretty cool. A nice ebook, desktop, wallpaper, background, all of that good stuff for you guys. So I don't want to remove these drawings. But what's nicer about a big stock, you know, you can draw your trend lines and kind of do something like this, right? Kind of draw your trend lines. Bada boom. There you go. So you can see kind of a, you know, price is trading in a channel. Apple's starting to get overextended. It's overextended on the daily. You know, it may start to pull back if it rejects off the top of this channel, right? But it's nicer. It's easier to kind of do stuff like, you know, draw these trend lines with a bigger stock, find the patterns, watch for potential reversals. Whereas when you go to like a stock like, you know, like these ones, again, you can kind of see almost like a kind of a symmetrical triangle over here ish. This one actually kind of, right? But then it's kind of angling down a little bit. Gets all this messy, like all of this. When you zoom in, it's like, it's just a mess, right? It could still go. It could be trying to break out, but it's tougher, right? It's tougher to do this. You can find a pattern like this, an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, but then like the neckline, you can see it just gets all messy and wacky. So these are, again, they pump and they dump. They pump and they dump. Not sure if CDE is a garbage one, but the chart's just, it's messy. This one was going up for a while, but my point being is on the smaller ones, you know, those ones under $5 or so, they get a little bit messier, but it's easier to kind of find the patterns and the trend lines with the bigger companies. This is kind of a bad example because there is a big triangle, but you know, you can see the chart's just messy in between, right? New kind of has a shooting star pattern here, so watch for a potential reversal here. But again, so when you see something like this on a bigger stock, many a times it's more of a, again, it's still a warning sign, but like on a stock like this, you know, these smaller cap stocks, you can see this and be like, oh, that's going to come back down, right? Because it would maybe on an Apple or a, you know, a Facebook or something like that. But on a stock like this, you can see this shooting star and it could easily go up the next day or two and just go up and break it, right? So that's where it doesn't have like any rhyme or reason. A lot of times it'll just go, it'll pump up when you're like, oh, this should reverse. It's a shooting star. This should come down. But this is a warning sign. If it was on a bigger stock, again, this might, it's kind of out in no man's land. It might want to pull back, right? It might want to pull back here or below, but it could easily go up. So that's kind of my point with these patterns, right? It's easier to kind of find them on the bigger ones than the smaller ones. But when you find them on the smaller ones, look out because they could really break out. This has kind of a bullish harami pattern, but it's a little bit, it's rejecting right at resistance. Pattern's not looking great, so I don't know if I'm going to put that on. Like this, you can see evening star pattern right here, reversal, going up. Now you got these resistance levels. Here, it's still on. Ugh, don't like the pattern though anymore. It pulled back one up, pulled right back down. So I don't like that one. Another one. See, like, again, stocks like this, you know, if you catch them when it happens, great, but it's kind of tough, like where this thing just really wasn't doing much over here, and then it just, boom, it breaks out, right? So on the bigger stocks, you know, many times you might be able to see it a little bit more, whereas, like, see all the choppiness, all these choppy candles, very choppy, right here, just, boom, it breaks out, right? So you got to catch them. That's why we like trade ideas. It really pulls up stuff. So this one right here, you might not have caught it or saw it. Like if you're making the watch list last night, you may not have saw this happening, but you may have seen this starting to form if it hit trade ideas this morning and caught it on the breakout, right? So that's why we love trade ideas. ARRY, that is a pot stock. Kind of a bullish engulfing pattern. It's caught up right between the 20 EMA and the 50 SMA. So it's kind of caught up. It might, let's see here. Now it might be bull flagging, or you might have a pennant, right? Kind of got this. Let's do this here. Kind of have a bull pennant showing some weakness kind of at the bottom here, right here. So it may fail that pennant, or it might try to break out, but if it breaks out of that pennant, might have some movement. You want to see it go and break out of it and continue. You see a kind of a double bottom pattern over here. So it's a little bit difficult though, because it's got this choppiness, the higher wick, the shadow down over here in between the moving average lines. So I'll have to say, I'm not going to put it on. Don't know if I like it. No. So now you have kind of an evening star pattern right here, selling off, kind of a top candle, third candle closing right here, might be continuing up. Got to see there's some room. If it can break $15, some room to potentially the 9. That's one to potentially keep an eye on. LNTH. We'll take a look at that. DAR. Nope, got a high wave candle here. ATOS. No, it's kind of smack dab in the middle of those moving average lines. A little tricky. EVH. Nope. DVAX. Let me go ahead and look at the hourly. Possibly might be having this bull flag, might want to move up a little bit further. We got some resistance around that 1920s. A little bit close for me for resistance. Not going to put that on. Fossil. This garbage company still staying alive, huh? No. I don't know if it's a garbage company. I'm just looking at if you look at the charts, right? If you look at the weekly. I mean, Fossil was $139, right? Down to 20 bucks. These companies are getting buried. Online. Gotta love technology, right? ASUR. A little bit overextended. CTR. And so this one, if you kind of look at it, you can see a left shoulder ahead, a right shoulder, right? You can see a neckline right over here. Oh, where is it? You can see kind of the, stop, move it. Let me do it. Okay, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of the neckline. It broke above, came back down. You don't want to see that. You want to see it hold and go up. Many times it does. It could still go up, but it's a little bit trickier. Now you have kind of a symmetrical triangle over in here. You know, so now it's got to go and break out of this triangle, contend with breaking above that 1975, get above that wick over here to continue upwards. I don't like it right now. It could still go up, but I don't like it. Now this one, holding its highs. Let me zoom in here a little bit, clear the drawings. Now, let's go to the hourly. This one might be trying to do some continuation here. Let me go back to the daily. So you have some resistance right around that 2033. So it's not high. You can kind of see a potential double bottom. You can see a bottom here, bottom here. Might be trying to go. You can see the 9 and the 20 are kind of coming together. You can see, watch if that 9 crosses over the 20. You can see this big hammer kind of candle here. That was nasty. Price is getting above it. Might be trying to do a reversal. You can kind of see some pricing right up here. So you can, or some resistance. So this might be, again, this is, might be trying to go. I don't like it. It's a little bit sloppy here, but there might be some room for it to go. Let me look at the hourly again. It is a little bit broaching overextended, but it's above the moving average lines. So be aware of that 2030 area. Watch if it can continue. So ESIO. All right, so let me get a drink of water real quick. I'll put the alerts on this, and then we will be done. I'm hoping this helps you guys. I know it's they're kind of long-winded, but we look at a whole bunch of charts, right? I want to just kind of drill this in your head all the time, over and over and over again. Support and resistance. You can never look at too many charts. CYTX. So right here, you want to see it continue. Watch. Let's do this. Custom alert. Over above 32 cents, we'll put. Watch for 9/20 crossover with continuation and resistance around at 200 SMA, 35 cents. All right, so watch if there's a 9 and 20 crossover, see if price continues up. Watch for resistance right at that 200 SMA. If it can break above 35 cents, that 200 SMA, it might get a pump. All right. Okay. ARLZ. Let's see. Do I like this one? So this one has a bullish harami right here. So I want it to get above 48 cents and then continue above 53. And then watch for resistance up between right around that 200, that 9 EMA, 95 cents. This might be a reversal. So let's do this. 44 cents. So, darn it. Replace it over here. Bullish harami on the daily. Watch for continuation with resistance in the 0.50s and 9 EMA around 95 cents. 0.95, bada boom, put it on here. So here you go. Bullish Harami, watch for reversal, see if price can get above today's high, get above the 50s, right? The 50s got some resistance over here in this candle here. If it can break above 55 cents, then watch out right around there for 95 cents for resistance. Might be a reversal. Oversold, watch. Keep an eye on it. MDRPF. This one's a little bit, I was iffy on this one, so let me see if I'm gonna, it is still potentially moving up. It is very overextended, but it may try. You can see it's starting to move up there. You can see if it can, this might be, it's definitely one to watch. It might be a break for $1. Let's go to the daily. So looks like, again, had that one big pump. See if it can go. Maybe it'll get another one. It's worth watching. So put above 925. Put 93 cents. Price is overextended, but may be setting up for a pump above $1. Right? Maybe setting up a bit overextended. You had a previous pump over here. Might be setting up a bit overextended on the hourly, but may go up. Obviously, if it pumps, you want to see $1 hold. That's why it's tough. A lot of people say, what, can you swing trade these? What stocks do you swing trade, below, a certain amount? It gets trickier when you see a stock like this. It's very difficult to trade, especially when you can see here a stock going down and taking out people's stop losses, people buying up here, and then you buy up in this area and then you're holding forever, right? So you got to be very careful of these, but a good gauge is $1 right here, and then you want to, if it fails this area, that's bad. But if this thing breaks and gets above $1, I'd take my profits. Looks like again, it's under $1. So when people say, oh, just hold it, gold is going to go up, or I don't know anything about this company here. It looks like I can see gold, but hold on one second, guys. I'm getting a package. I got to see 1 second if the delivery guy needs me. Give me 1 second. Nope. Nice. Shopping addiction, guys. I like hearing the doorbell ring and getting clothes. So that's all that to be said. That's what I'm looking at for that piece of garbage. MDRPF. All right, let's wrap this up. CBWTF might be trying to break out of a descending triangle. It's above the 50. Watch for a potential pump up to 150s to 160s. So here we go. Create an alert. At or above 125. Might be trying to break out of descending triangle. See, watch for resistance around 150-ish. Remember those whole and $half amounts, guys. If there's not a specific area, right? So for instance, right here, you can see this area right here, 158, 160, going to be resistance, right? But also be aware of, obviously, before that, 150s, whole, psychological whole and $half amounts, right? Let's see. EPE. Again, very overextended. Might be trying to break out. Be aware of that on the daily. Inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline extending. Want to see it get above, ideally get above $3 and break out and go, right? But you can still see, over here, kind of got this, kind of that descending triangle, but it may be trying to break out of it, right? Kind of descending triangle, inverse head and shoulders, extended. But be aware, you know, several green days might pull back. But I'm putting on it. It is holding the ties. Want to see it break $3. You don't want to see this. But you can see it might be trying to go and break above. Got to watch and see. What am I going to put for this one? 279 at or above. Price overextended. However, big inverse head and shoulders. Watch for pump over $3. Right? It says 293. It pulled back here, but it's got to get above that 293. If it can hold, watch for a break over 3 and see if it can hold. AXAS. You can see big cup and handle right here. The handle pulling back. Cup, handle pulling back right below $3. You can see here that $3 is a big area. You can also see kind of another bigger cup pattern, so might be looking to break out. Let's see, above. Let's see. Big cup and handle. Look at handle formation on daily and watch for potential break out over $3. Yeah, they do toss the box, but I don't know, maybe I just got a little I don't know what I order. The other day we ordered a fan. Because, quick sidebar, I have this big, you can't see it, it's back over there, this big, like, warehouse fan. It does the job. I'm just not an air conditioning guy because air conditioning gives me headaches. But now we're doing a lot of these live things, and I don't want to get headaches doing air conditioning when I'm talking to you guys, so I like a fan. The problem is my fan is industrial, gets the job done, but it sounds like it's a freaking airplane next to me, so we had to get the quiet fan. So then Dan orders these Dyson quiet fans. Thing is freaking tiny. I haven't tried it yet. Probably not going to be the greatest airflow. And so now it's like this dilemma, right? So needless to say, I had to sign for the fan the other day when I was home. So needless to say, I don't know what I order anymore. Sometimes I order stuff. It may be signed. I don't know. Also, quick sidebar. Be aware of those stupid ads on Facebook of those clothing companies. I got suckered into one that was a non-American company. No hate to non-American companies. Just the problem is buying clothes from other countries. Not the greatest idea when it takes 3 weeks or a month to get your order and it's garbage clothes. So all that to say, if you're shopping, did you see those everything that looks nice on Facebook? They're garbage companies. Don't buy from them. Terrible. It's just what a nightmare. So needless to say, don't shop at District Alpha. If you see the shop District Alpha or anyone that looks like it, it's garbage clothing. So that's a product placement for you guys, or being aware of. Don't shop at those clothing companies online. They're really, or on Facebook. They're traps. All right, back to BLNK. In the gap over here, watch for it to potentially go up. You'll see it's been super volatile this week. Might be bull flagging for potential break. Got to watch and see. So at or above 520. Boom. Possibly bull flagging on the daily and in major gap. Watch if continues. So that is for BLNK. Couple more and we should be done. LNTH. Possible evening star pattern falling off. Small candle right here. Bigger green candle. Let's go to the hourly. It's right above the 9 and the 20. It's got some room right to that Might be kind of bull flagging here. It's got some room to the 50 SMA around 1580s. Right over here. Right here around 1580. So right here, let's do this. 1480. Now, I know I say stuff about those 5 cent spread stocks. When they get above $10 or so, then I'm more open to trading them. But below it, I don't really like them. What is that? Evening star pattern on daily. Watch for reversal and resistance around 1580s. Right? Potential reversal, getting above the moving average lines, might be kind of bull flagging here. Watch for continuation to go up. Potentially, that pink line is a 50 SMA. Watch for resistance. And last one, ESIO. So this one, I was seeing kind of a double bottom. Might be continuation. Let me see. Look at the hourly. I don't know. It's closer to resistance, so I don't know if I want to put that one on. I'm going to take it off. A little bit too close for resistance for me. All right. So those of you guys that just want the content, you guys are members already. I'm pretty much done. If you like hearing me rant or talk about stuff, now is where I kind of rant for 5 or 10 minutes to the newbies, show them what we're up to. So if you want to hear me rant, you can stay on. Newbies, I'll take a couple minutes here, kind of go over, if you're not familiar with us, our Facebook group. We have an awesome Facebook group, 29,000 plus members and growing. We are the Bullish Bears. We call ourselves the stock market community just to differentiate ourselves from our fan page. So come and join our group, like and follow our fan page over here. Again, our fan page, it's easier to stay connected with us because we, again, have a very big group, lots of content. Again, we keep, excuse me, all the spammers and the trolls out of our group, all that garbage. Again, some people, when you have 29,000 people, there are going to be comments that come through and all of that. We do our best to please. Very simple, guys. If you see a comment you don't like or someone says something politically, whether they love Trump or they hate Trump, doesn't matter. We don't care if people love or hate Trump. It's not going to affect us. People's opinions don't matter of the president. Either way, it doesn't affect how our group is run. Opinions don't matter. What matters is facts, what's happening in the market. So if you see something in the group and somebody's saying comments that are not great, just report the comment. We'll delete it or delete the post. Don't get all in a tizzy or whatever. We're all about trying to make money in the market, not babysitting, right? If you want to go fight and do politics, you can go do that in another group, right? Needless to say, if you're a newbie, my point being and all that, we keep all the garbage out. We're all about helping people learn the stock market and keeping it a nice, safe community. So this is a great place for you to post questions, all that good stuff over here, right? Right over here, here's our website, bullishbears.com. Link is below. We have a day trading room and a swing trading room with options. Our swing trading room's a little bit slower because obviously you're not doing, swing trades every moment of the day, right? So we go in, we post in there. We have our chat rooms set up over in here, right? So if you click on this right now, you will see, I'm not logged in. I'm logged in my other computer. Anyways, you'll see the chats over here. So we've been doing our live stream in the morning, and you'll see me showing charts and stuff, but you'll see me talking or hear me talking to people, and there's people talking in our chat room the whole time. So that's where the action goes on. So make sure, if you're not a member of our community, come and join us. I mean, we have, again, over here, not only do we have our trade rooms, members also get, I'm not logged in, darn it. Members only content videos. We share our trade ideas link. We do our watch list, our alerts. So everything you see me doing for the past hour, I send out by email. So if you're like, hey, it's nice to look at these videos and learn and go back, but obviously, probably people can't take an hour every single day to see how we're doing it. So if you're a freebie trying to get everything for free, you might as well just save yourself the time and pay $10 and you'll get this email list, this watch list and the email and the alerts sent to you. We do swing trade alerts, options alerts, day trade alerts, all that good stuff. You can read about our alerts over here. Thousands of dollars worth of free courses. Again, don't think that the content is cheap because we have it free. We tell people if you don't like that we're giving it free and you like to pay for things, then shoot us an email. We'll give you our PayPal and you can just give us money if you feel better about it. But as of right now, we're just giving it to you for free because we're trying to help people. Again, build a big community. We're all about giving back. And so far, so good. Everything's going great. So that's kind of our deal. This will keep you busy for a few months, save you thousands of bucks. And as you can see over here, we are a complete and total joke. We're $10 a month. We aren't a joke, but our pricing's a joke, right? $10 a month, cost of a Netflix payment, $99, cost of an Amazon Prime membership for the year if you want to prepay. All of this content that we give you guys, $10 a month. And as you can see, screen sharing is nowhere to be found on on any of these areas right here. Why? Because we just started adding it on, and now we're giving more back on top of this. Screen sharing services, stuff that I'm showing you guys right now, this type of stuff, cost $150 to $200 a month with other trading companies, and that doesn't even include options and all that kind of stuff that we're adding on. So for doing everything that we're throwing on here, you're looking at $200 to $300 a month for a lot of, because we do, again, options, swing trades, trade alerts, watch lists. We're sharing $120 scanner and trade ideas every single day. All of this we're giving back to you guys. And, $10 a month. Rami, we'd love to have you. Come and join us. So my whole point being and all that, if you're not a subscriber already, kind of here's how we do things. Again, we've been telling people we're all about taking care of our members, not screwing them. We reward loyalty and those who've been, dedicated from the beginning in our movement. It's all because of you guys that have helped us to continue to grow this point. So we're going to continue screen sharing. And if, as we keep continuing it, we're going to include it for $10 a month. We're just probably not going to put it over here, right? So for those who are members, you'll be rewarded. And at some point down the road, who knows, we may decide to say, hey, we don't want to charge 10 or more, because again, screen sharing is anywhere from $150 to $300 a month if you take all the stuff that we have to offer. So at some point down the road, we may up our prices. That's not what we're trying to do, or that's not our intention, but someday we may. But for those that are paying $10 and the $99, you'll be locked in. You'll be good to go. Those who want to take advantage for free forever, someday you might come and wake up and you'll see this might not be $10 a month. We'll see. Who knows? Oh, awesome to hear. Shoot. I said Rami. Is that right? If it's Rami or Rami? I said Rami, I think. So hopefully it's Rami. Oh, thanks a lot, Lloyd. Appreciate it, guys. All right, guys. So I've rambled long enough. We will be doing screen share tomorrow. Make sure, again, on YouTube, subscribe. Click the notification bell so that way you can stay notified when we go live. All right. Enjoy, guys. Have a great day.